Hello, good people. I am attorney Trina. I am the owner of Creative Mind Law. We are a law firm that specializes in helping business owners and entrepreneurs secure their legacy and their brand through trademark, copyright, and business law. And we are starting our June series. I'm excited. We're talking about how to keep your side hustle and not get fired. So I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys have sent me. I'm going to be sharing some tips on what you need to do to keep it in. So we're just going to jump right into it. Can I just say this? Can I say, in the year of our Lord 2021, let me tell you what we're not going to do. Not have direct deposits, right? Let's be clear. Not all of us can afford to quit a job and start a business. You may really want to start a business. You may really have a good idea. You may really have a good product, but you got kids to take care of. Maybe you have a mortgage. Maybe you have rent. Maybe you just need your health insurance for the time being. Everybody just can't quit and start a job. I know that's a new trend now. I quit my job and started my business, and that may have worked great for them, but that may not be your ministry, right? And so here, let me tell you, it's okay if you're still working and you're starting your business. I just want to help you protect yourself. I want to teach you what you need to do to stay employed while you grow your business. And so this is what I always tell clients when they're asking me things like this. I have a litmus test, right? The first thing, well, let me answer this question first. Can you have a side business while you're employed? And technically the answer is yes. Yes. So typically your employer cannot control your actions outside of your employment time. So the time that you're contracted to work with them, unless a contract says otherwise, unless you have an agreement that says otherwise, right? Well, if that is the case, right? Why should you be afraid? What's the issue? So there are two main factors, right? I have a litmus test that I was about to say earlier is that one of the things you have to think about yourself when you're starting your business is this. Is your business related to your current employer or your current employment? And is it competitive, right? Those are the two things that you should ask yourself first, right? So what do I mean when I say, is it related, right? Is it related? So let's say you are someone who does, you're a social media manager, right? For your job. So you work at a bank and you manage their social media account, right? That's your skill set. That's what you do. And so on the weekends or maybe on a Sunday, you manage the social media account for maybe one of your friends who has a pet store or who's a veterinarian or something like that, right? So you're using the same skill set, which means that they are related. The next question is that pet store job competitive with your banking job? Well, I would say the answer is no, right? You're using related skills, but they're not competitive. So now, just because the answer is no on competitive and yes on related doesn't mean that you're off the hook, right? One of the things you have to ask yourself is this: am I in competition with my employer? So if you're a social media manager for a banking industry, and then on the weekend, let's say you work for Regis during the week, and on the weekend you go and you work for Compass and do their social media. Well, the answer is related is a yes, and is it competitive is a yes. Let me tell you, you're going to be fired. So you want to think about that. You want to make sure that you're not doing something that is in direct competition with your job. The other thing you want to think about this, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in the second video, is my biggest concern is that you're working during your hours. Your employer or employment may have ownership of whatever you're creating, right? So if you're creating something, if you're selling something, especially those of you who are app designers and you are creative and you have these ideas that you're doing and you're doing it while you're employed, your biggest concern should be, do they own your stuff, right? Just plain and simple. And so join us next week. We're going to be talking about, what does that look like, right? Do they have ownership to it? And if they don't, how can you protect yourself? And I got the answers for you. So join us next week. Before you go, though, I need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Creative Mind Law. Like, share, and make comments below. If you have any additional questions or topics you want me to talk about, definitely feel free to DM me on Instagram at Your Trademark Attorney. And you can find us on Facebook at Creative Mind Law Firm. Thank you and have a good rest of the day. All right, let me give you a PSA. I am not your attorney. This video is not intended to be a client-attorney relationship. If you have specific questions or you need specific answers, you need to reach out to a business professional. This video is intended for educational purposes only. However, you definitely can set up a consultation with me by going to our website, www.creativemindlaw.com. Thanks.